Hey, look, weed in the bush. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. It's my day off again. I'm out here in my local woods at my local park for a little announcement. This past year has been really tough. I started my YouTube channel in January and things were going okay. Did the big bridge challenge. But then tragedy struck my life. My husband passed away in April. And that summer was kind of a blur in some ways. But now I'm trying to be happy, and I'm out here to announce that I'm going to do the PCT southbound starting in June to July. I put in for a permit for June. By the time you guys see this, I will have gotten it because I won't release this till I have it. I've got to try to figure out some way to get clear up to the northern terminus, but if I cannot do that, I can get 200 miles by 2 trains and 1 bus. So that's my plan, to do that. And then when I reach Cascade Locks, I'll be able to just come home. And, you know, this is like, I don't expect to get I did the whole hike thing from the PCTA. I'm probably not going to do that 200 miles if I cannot figure out a way to get up to the northern terminus. I will probably update this video and let y'all know what the plans are. So anyway, when I get to Cascade Locks, I will probably come home for a couple weeks, a week, maybe 2, and then head back out. I'll just go to Hood since I've already done Hood to Cascade Locks. Like I said, my hike, you're gonna have to go around so many fire closures. It's that way every year, so there's no way you're walking the whole trail anyway, so I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm getting the permit so that I can go farther than 500 miles. Hopefully I make it further than 500 miles, because then the plan is to go to Mount Hood and then go south from there, clear to Ashland, which is southern Oregon. Maybe at that point go on into California, maybe not. I'm not sure what the distance is at the moment. I just thought of that actually. I've never been to California. And then in March of next year, I plan on putting in for the permit to go northbound from Campo, which is Southern California, on the Mexican border. You're standing at the wall. And then go northbound and do all of California, hopefully. Like I said, this is all like a pipe dream. I'm not sure I can go that far, but I'm going to give it a heck of a try. So watch for updated videos when I've got some more details. I'm working out some of the plans now, and I put in for June 20th so that I could go that date, or I could go later and just go to where I would probably be at that point anyway, that 200 mile mark. And when I start kind of depends on the snow melt. Kind of depends on the snow accumulation this year. So far it hasn't been that bad. It's, you know, it's kind of wet here, but more it's wet. So we'll see how the Northern Cascades are by the time that I plan on doing this. So the date is up in the air. It's going to be up in the air until closer to the time. So now that we're done with the big announcement, let's go down into the field at the other end and show you all of my gear that I'll be taking with me. Some things are subject to possible change, but for the most part, I've got everything figured out. So let's go down to the park and check it out. Got the backpack. I think I'll take out the sit pad first, just because this log's wet. I have a Gregory Zulu 65. I have a cheap sit mat I got off eBay. What are you gonna do, right? It'll work. Now it's gonna keep my behind dry. Oh, that's better. All right, let's start with the brain of the pack. I've got my electronics bag, pump for my air mattress. I've got a headlamp. I have some headphones. I have some charging cords. That's about it. I have these nice little, they're like wet wipes, but they're dry, and they've got soap already in them. So all I have to do is get them wet, much lighter, much nicer. Works for me. Extra wussy wipes. I'll tell you about them in a second. And here's my fix-it kit. It's got some rope, some sewing materials, some tie wraps, some tape, just in case. My medications. I'll probably be taking more than that on this trip, but that's what I've got for my sample here. Hand sanitizer. And I've got this nice little ball. I think it's a dryer ball, actually, but I'm going to rub my feet on it. Yeah, that's going to be most helpful. Extra baggies for trash bags, for whatever I need bags for. I knew that was going to roll away. So here's my first aid kit. I think I'm going to just keep it in my pocket on me, because what if we get separated from my pack when I get hurt? You know, fall down the side of the hill, and not that I plan on doing it, thank you, but I think it should be on me personally. So that's what I'm doing. I just put it in here for now. So this is my bathroom kit. I have wussy wipes, which are, they look like little tablets, but they're like a they're another dry wipe. You get them wet, they expand. Now it's a wipey. No soap though. This is a going to the bathroom thing. We'll just leave, you figure it out. Here is my handy dandy titanium trowel. It is a Luxada. I've got a pot that's by them too. I really like the company. Now granted, the top is kind of hard to hold on to, but I figured I'd stick it in the ground and just use my foot to put it down in there and then dig up my hole. Always do things the right way. Leave no trace. I am a member of the Stealth Camping Alliance, and that should be everybody's motto, but it is definitely our motto. As a matter of fact, we will pick up the extra trash when we go out there. That is our way. I have these handy little arm covers for when I have my short sleeve shirts on. I kind of like this better than the long sleeve shirt idea, because this way you can take them off when you want to. You don't have to change into a short sleeve shirt or take your whole pack off to get your shirt off that you have the short sleeve shirt under, or I think these will come in very handy. Now granted, I'm going to be up in the trees most of the time, so I'm not going to see that much sun, but for when I do, I want to be prepared. I'm not a big proponent of sunscreen. I will use it when I need to. Here's my new water bottle. It is a Nature Nova. Just unscrew it, and there you are. Fill the bottle, squeeze it out into your other bottle to have an extra one for cooking or whatever, and I'm just drinking out of this one. I've also got a little thing in here that hooks up to this, that I can actually hook it up to the water bottle and just squeeze the water out. I think this is going to work pretty good. It's pretty similar to another one out there on the market. So for cooking, I'm not going to. Well, that's most of the plan anyway. I have my titanium spork. Been using this. Gets a nice long handle. Gets down in the dehydrated meals pretty good. Not that I'm going to have that many of those, but I probably will have a few. Then I have my Talente jar for cold soaking. I'm going to have some dried fruit. I like to actually soak it instead of just eating it that way. I put a little sugar in it. Okay, everybody has their luxury items, and a little bit of sugar is mine. I gotta have some for my tea and my strawberries and peaches. Then I have my pot, my other little water filter for the places that are really bad, if I don't want to put it in there first. It might happen. And then I have my Boundless Voyage pot I'm going to take with me. It's my smaller of the two. I just wanted to have something just in case. I believe I have my stove in here somewhere. If I don't, it's supposed to be in here. So I am taking my VRS stove. It's a little tiny thing. It doesn't weigh anything, and that's just in case I decide I don't like cold soaking and I want to pick up a gas can while I'm out there and cook. I'm just trying to save weight, and I don't really cook that much out there, so we'll see how it goes. So that's the brain. Alright, now into the front pocket we go. Turn this around. let's go into the front pocket now. I have my crampons. Yeah, they're just a cheap brand. I'm hoping not to run into too much snow. I know there will be some, but I got some spikies, so I won't fall down the mountain. And my Columbia rain jacket. I have washed this recently and retreated it with DWR. If you've got an old raincoat that isn't working for you anymore, just try that. You can buy it online. I'll put it down in the description. Bugs. All right, now let's check the side, the hip belt pockets. I have my gloves I usually wear. They don't have any fingers. I really like them. I also have my lip treatment petroleum jelly. I usually don't need it, but I like to have a little bit just in case. You know, you get out there and your lips, it can ruin the whole day. Also, I have my towel. I figured I'll probably go swimming. So I wanted to bring something big enough to dry me, but not too big. And I also use it going along the trail to wipe sweat. I dip it in the water to get cooled off. I really like having my towel with me as I'm hiking. I also have a small towel and a bandana, because sometimes the nose, you know. Also on the outside of my pack is my new purchase. I decided that if I'm gonna go do this, I ought to be safe, so I went and got a Garmin. This is a satellite communicator. I can hook my phone up to it, and when I'm beyond cell service, which most of this will be, I will be able to send messages back to my family, and I will be able to send out, there's an SOS under this tab. Oh, wrong side. Better know where it is, right? So there's an SOS button under here. I don't have it hooked up at the moment. I don't see any reason to, but right before I leave, or maybe the beginning of the summer when I get out doing some other hiking things, I will hook it up. Okay, now let's go into the inside of the pack. We have my bear bag, my food bag. I just threw some dehydrated meals in here to make it look like it would be. I'm not sure what bag I'm going to use. I just kind of threw this in here for now. This is my extra clothes. I may go through and take out some things. I'm not real sure yet. It's kind of heavy, but we'll see. Some changes may be made. Not many. Here is my gold armor pillow. It's just a cheap brand, but it's just like the Trekology pillow. And I haven't seen anything wrong with it. I had two. I put a hole in the other one, but that was my fault. Next we have my cloth bucket. I love having this thing. It weighs like a couple ounces. And it's fantastic to put water in, to wash your clothes, to wash yourself, or whatever, you know. You want some water in case you're going to have a fire and you're going to throw some water on it afterwards, then this is great. This is I love this thing. Next we have my sleep mat, yeah. It's also gold armor. I'm not sure if this is the one I'm keeping. I might get a new one, but I might not. We'll have to see how much all the travel is for this trip and what else I have to buy, because I might have to get an ice axe. I'm not sure. I'm hoping I'm going late enough in the year. That's another reason that the date is not for certain. So here's my new aricxi tent that I showed you guys in the gear video I made. I will also link that in the description if you want to check it out further. So tent, I've got the stakes in here. I changed some of the ones that came with the tent out for new ones because I decided that I wanted some lighter ones. So we'll see how it works. I haven't put it up with these yet, but we're gonna have to try it out. I plan on taking this and, matter of fact, well, all the gear out for a test run before I actually go out there. I do not know what brand this is. I got it off eBay cheap. I like it. Nice down jacket. Not for hiking in, just for when you get to camp. Don't want to be sweating in your down jacket. Then we have, this is how small it gets, by the way, guys. This is the new quilt. This is the Outdoor Vitals 0 degree. Okay, it's maybe a little overboard, but I freeze. So I'm taking my 0 degree quilt. A little bit heavier, but I know I'll be happy. I know I'll be warm. It's easy to throw it off of you a little bit if you're too hot, because it's a quilt, not a sleeping bag. So I'm excited to get this out there and use it, and again, be testing out everything earlier in the year, because I am not going that far out in the wilderness without having tested my equipment first. Okay, that's almost it. I have some rope and some other things like that. I did find my stove, a little tiny BRS stove. We'll just put that in here if we can. Oh, we can. Put that in here with everything else. So she's empty. That's it, folks. That's what I'm taking with me on the PCT. I'll probably know for sure in a couple weeks. So by the time this video is out, then I'll be sure I have my permit. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't get it. There were only 9 other people and there's 50 permits. So a lot of the days are full, but there's a lot of days that aren't, so at least I won't be the only one out there. There's tons of people starting a couple weeks after me that are, their every day's filled, so there will be other people out there. Oh yeah, and I have my compactor bag to put all my stuff in. I just didn't have it in there yet. I just stuffed it in there. So I'll be putting my sleeping bag, my clothes, my jacket. I think that's about it. I'll be putting anything I need to keep dry, I will be putting in that bag. I do not trust the bag itself. I do not trust the pack covers. I've had one wet out on me and my bag was totally soaked and everything in it, but not my sleeping bag though, because I had it in a bag. It did end up getting wet that trip, but only from being out in the tent and all the moisture in the air. I live in the Pacific Northwest and this area is wet. Summers usually it doesn't rain, it's not too bad, but right now, rain. Anyway, that's my big announcement, and I will try to do lives as much as I can when I get into a town where there's cell service. Let y'all know where I'm at and what's going on. Put a video out whenever I can get somewhere where I can get cell service. So look for something at least every week, hopefully twice a week. And like I said, I'll do a live on my trip.